Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree and this is my art studio. Alright, so I'm gonna go around the room counterclockwise, which brings us first to my order packaging table. I was desperate for some more space, so I asked my boyfriend to build me something here, and this thing has been working out super well. So let me take you through the shelves. Alright, this is the top drawer of the packaging table. This is where I keep all my inventory and like packaging stickers that I put on envelopes, business cards, stamps, envelopes, glassine bags, all that kind of stuff. I've got my sticker packs. This is how I package up my patron rewards. I like to give them like a little envelope to open. I've got stamps hidden to the right here, my business cards, and then we also have like my freebie stickers here. So that's this shelf. Second drawer is where all of my mailers go. So these are all like 8x6 rigid mailers. Behind here I have a whole tub of bubble mailers that I've just been holding on to from every purchase that I get. I have my rolls of water activated tape from Eco Enclose and a spray bottle because that's how I activate the water when I'm packaging. I also have some like regular packaging tape, but I rarely ever use it. And then back here I have 9x11 rigid mailers. I have a whole stack of them. These are also from Eco Enclose. Got a cat. Alright, bottom shelf of this thing, all I have is some Monk's fabric. That is the fabric that I use to make my rugs, so this is where I just store all of the fabric. My frame is pretty big, so I get a lot of fabric at once. It's just on like a little cart, so I can pull it out. Oh, and behind that is where my spray paint goes. But we hide that. This is a punch needle project I was working on, and then we have some like extra thin cotton yarn that I don't really use. Alright, and then I have my monthly Patreon checklist here. This just helps me stay on track with what I need to do. Every month I have to order stickers, mail the sticker, and do the sketchbook scans. Obviously I have to like design the sticker and stuff too, but these are like the three big tasks. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go over these prints here. Lee Ellickson, Studio Maggie, Unknown, I've had this one for a long time, Lee Ellickson, Knives Meow, Studio Maggie, Big Bud Press freebie, One Piece poster, and then I painted this. This is the original. Above my packaging table, I have this like philodendron plant that is doing not super well. It had just like an ugly orange pot, but I didn't want to like buy a new one, so I just hung some plushies on it. So we got Pochita and we got Zenitsu. I've got a little Lloyd from Spy Family. I just put them up there to make it a little bit more interesting. And then I keep my Bagoo bag up here. I use this for like when I bring my orders to the post office or grocery shopping. I just leave it here so it's nice and easy to find. And right above the packaging table, I have this shelf. I got this like Greek-inspired vase from a thrift store for $1. I was super excited about it, so I just have a couple propagations in it. I have my boyfriend's work business card. I turned it around so that you couldn't dox him. I've got my original gouache cat painting that I did last month. And then I've got my 2 prints that I made. These are my first 2 prints, so I need to figure out like where I want to put prints permanently, but for now they're just living here. I've got this little dude that I found in a little free library, a little crystal. Got some more plants above it. I forgot to mention that this is my yarn winder. This is what I use to roll up the skeins of yarn into like nice little cakes. Alright my friends, we are on to this piece of furniture and my printer. This is the Canon Pixma IX6820. I don't use it to like make any products, but I do use it for everything else, and it's been honestly really nice. And then I got this cute Kuromi sticker from a Depop order, so I put it on my printer because I thought it kind of matched. She's been good. She's been very good to me. So let's go through those drawers. This is basically where I just keep like my paper and my sticker paper and stuff. So I've got some like vinyl sticker paper, loose cardstock, matte photo paper. This is label paper that I was using before I got my thermal label printer. So I'm gonna have to use up this paper for something else. And I've got even more sticker paper. This little clamshell is where I put projects that like need to be cut out. So like these stickers are laminated and they just need to be cut out. Same with these. More sticker paper. This is like low quality sticker paper, and when I got it, it stunk so bad. It smells so chemically. Like anytime I open up the clamshell, it still smells. I like tried to air it out too, but it just stinks. And then I've got another clamshell of just plain printer paper. And then finally I have my tax documents and receipts from the previous year. I just keep that down here so I don't lose it. And so it's out of the way. All right, that was the top drawer. Now let's do the second. This is kind of like my junk drawer of projects that I'm working on. So I've got like my crochet project. This is just like a personal project. I've got all my extra pens and pencils, clay projects just like chilling in here that need to be painted. A rolling pin for doing my clay projects. A couple random containers I don't really use anymore, but they have some cute stickers on them from Paloma the Peach and Cheyenne Barton. I'll probably use these for something, but for now they're kind of just chilling in here. Pataco Super Sealer. This is what I use for sealing my earrings and clay stuff. I learned about this stuff from Studio Maggie in her video, so you should go watch that. I've got a big chunk of polymer clay in here. This is where I keep all of my manga earring stuff. So here's a couple like finished books. Here's some covers. Here's one of the accordion pages. So all of these little clamshell things are just for earring making. These little boxes were all 3D printed by my boyfriend, by the way, which is super nice. In here, I've got another 3D printed box, and this is what holds all of the manga pages after I cut them out, but before I accordion fold them. So I've got a lot there. Water containers for painting. I really like this one. It pops out and it has like the tulip edge, so you can rest your paintbrushes on it. Cute. Alright, that's pretty much everything from this drawer. It's kind of a mess, but that is okay. Alright, final drawer in this thing. Just basically some more paper and like printer stuff. So I have thermal laminating pouches. I've got self-adhesive laminating sheets. I don't really use these anymore. 2 reams of plain printer paper. I only needed 1 ream, but it was buy one, get one free, so obviously I was gonna take the free one as well. This Canon Pixma takes these off-brand Galata ink cartridges that are way cheaper, so I just buy these from Amazon and they work actually pretty well. To the left of my printer, I have another tote bag from Lisa Says Ga, and then I have my guillotine paper cutter. Just chills over here. A lot of the time this paper cutter is up on my packaging desk, but when it's not in use, it kind of floats around, but right now I've been keeping it there. All right, I'm gonna go through these prints real quick. So Studio Maggie, this is just an original painting that I did. Studio Maggie, this is from Needles Clothing, the pants that I'm wearing, they sent me this. I thought it was funny that they sent like a recipe card. I don't even eat lobster. I've got a Tough the World print that just came with one of my orders. And then I've got this cute little frog print that I got in Oregon. Okay, and then this is an original painting that I did from a Still Here Still Life prompt. I actually really like this one. I might turn these into prints at some point, but I don't know. I kind of painted them like last year, so I don't know if I want to still, but we'll see. Right above that on my windowsill, I just have a couple little trinkets. I've got some buttons I got from someone at an anime convention I was selling at. This little rock dino, and just some other rocks that I found, and like a geode that I bought and broke into. My brother-in-law gave me this rock because it has a bee on it. If you've watched one of my previous vlogs, you'll know that this is a Shrinky Dink that became one of my tattoos. So this is from my tattoo artist. I've got a little Anya finger puppet on the other side. I've got some more pins up here. Some Animal Crossing pins and some tufting pins. My very randomly placed disco ball that doesn't really get sun, but at night when the lights are on it, for my studio, it looks really nice. All right, so I just finished this whole wall here. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, let's go through this thing. I believe that I got this from Amazon. You know, it's like that IKEA drawer that every artist has, except I got it on Amazon because I was broke. So that's that.
All right, first drawer is just some random electronics. I've got my really long HDMI cord for when I use my projector. I've got my old Olympus camera. I don't really use this anymore. I tried using it when my camera was broken and it didn't go very well. My really, really old Beats headphones that are kind of falling apart. I might try and fix them though, so they're just in here. Some random cables, battery recharger, you know. Basically any extra electronics or cords that I use on like a fairly frequent basis, I put in here. All right, second drawer. This actually looks really tidy right now because I just recently cleared out this drawer and put all this stuff in here. So we're actually looking pretty good. I go through a lot of scissors for rug tufting and I need like different sizes and whatnot while I rug tuft. So I have a lot of different scissors. Also, I am left-handed, so I have like left-handed scissors and right-handed scissors. You'll see I have even more scissors. This is like my backup. I got a hole punch and then I've just got like my pliers for my earring making, erasers. And then here I just have like a really simple journal that I'll just write down whatever. I just like to have like little journals placed throughout my room so that if I need to just like write something down, I can. This actually had like my old workplace logo behind it and I didn't want to represent them after I quit. So I had this yeah maybe sticker that I put on it and it's so cute now. And I like that it just like hangs out in here because his face is really cute. This drawer is basically all original art and prints that I've just been like holding on to. So I've got like big bud press prints, an old painting I did. I've got like old Lee Ellickson tape in here, stickers from Studio Maggie. Basically like whenever I get art mail that I'm not like immediately using, I just put it in here. And any like original art that I don't know what to do with that I made, I just throw in here. I've got like a bunch of stickers. I have like this stationery pack from Knives Meow. I have opened it and used some of the stuff, but I kind of wanted to like preserve it as much as possible. So that just lives in here. I've got like a birthday letter from my mom. And then I have like original art that I've made, more original art that I've made, more original art. Really old prints that I used to sell that I no longer sell that I don't know what to do with. Those also live in here. There's even like really old canvases in here. This is an old painting I did in 2021. Basically, it's just like miscellaneous art. All right, this drawer is really silly. This is where I put like recycled paper. I have paper making supplies down here. And I really enjoyed making paper and I want to get back into it. So I've just been like leaving this drawer for paper making. So I'm starting to kind of collect paper that I can use to make my own paper. So I'm just like slowly collecting. Here's some like paper that I made last year. I don't know, I just really liked making paper, so that's what this is. All right, this drawer is pretty hefty. This is like my jewelry drawer. So I have a bunch of like earring findings and stuff in here. This is all rock climbing gear that my boyfriend gave me that I make earrings out of and jewelry. He works for a rock climbing gear company. It's like stuff that they can't sell. So I've just been like making jewelry out of this stuff and it's been super fun. I've got beads and sandpaper. It's just kind of like miscellaneous earring stuff. On top of this thing, I have a Monstera propagation that I'm working on. This leaf I accidentally burned with a candle, so it's not doing super well. I'm gonna quickly go through these prints. Lee Ellickson, Knives Meow, Studio Maggie, Big Bud Press, Lee, Studio Maggie, Cheyenne Barton. Above that little cabinet, I've got a plant propagation chillin'. And then I have this Natalie Anderson print, my painting palette, a nice candle lit. I like to have a candle lit when I work. It just sets the ambiance. All right, we have made it to my desk. This is probably where I spend most of my time. If you watched my last video, you know that this desk is new. FlexiSpot gifted it to me. Feels so special. So this has been like a big upgrade in my room recently. This is not sponsored. So yeah, let me just show you everything on my desk. All right, let's just start with my computer right away. This is the 24-inch Mac. It is the pink and red version. I bought this computer last year when I was still working at my other job, and basically I saved up for months and months to be able to buy this thing because I knew I needed a new computer. At the time, I had a tiny laptop that was on its last limbs basically, and in order to do art full time, I knew that I needed a new computer, so I just decided to go for a desktop. And I wanted something that would last me a lot of years, so I saved up for months to buy this thing before I actually quit my day job. I was just a barista, so it took me a lot of time to save up for this thing, but one of the best purchases I've ever made. I love it. I honestly never thought I'd be a Mac owner, but here I am. I have this sticky note that's been on here since the beginning of the year. I saw this TikTok and it was this woman saying that she started saying this phrase, "I'm so lucky everything works out for me." And she just kind of started saying it and manifesting it, and I kind of just started doing that at the beginning of the year. I thought it was a good idea to just have an affirmation. I've done other affirmations in the past, but this is kind of my current one, and I've just left it up here this whole time. And honestly, since the beginning of the year, I've had so much success with my business between my online shop and my YouTube. Things are just really on the come up, so I'm convinced that this works. I really think that everyone needs a positive affirmation that just really works for them, that they see every day. "I'm so lucky everything works out for me" is great just because I have a lot of anxiety about money and just things not working out. So I don't know, I just really like this. I've got a vertical mouse because I get carpal tunnel. I get a lot of wrist pain, so a vertical mouse is essential. My pink mouse pad, it's a little bit dirty, so don't look at it. I've just got the regular Mac keyboard. I would really love to get a mechanical keyboard, but I don't have the funds for that, so we're just keeping with the regular one. And then I have this tiny rug that I use, it's a little keyboard thing. And it's really cute, so I just put my keyboard on here. I think I was doing a test for something, so I just had this small patch of rug and I didn't know what to do with it. And it just so happens that it fits my keyboard perfectly, and it's really cute. In here I have my SD cards. It's just this cute little tin that I got when I was in LA. You've seen this before if you've watched all my videos. That's the computer. Oh, and then this sticker here is from my friend Marin. She has an art shop as well, so I will link it here. All right, one thing I really love about this desk that I didn't know I was getting is that it has a drawer. My last desk was just a wooden desk hand-built, so it didn't have a drawer. But this is just so lovely. I love it so much. I've been using it a lot. So let me take you through that drawer. I've got all of my gouache paint here because that's what I use the most often. And I have it just on my paint palette, so when I want to paint, I just take this whole thing out, which is really nice. An extra Apple Pencil, pen, and just a few small paintbrushes that I like. Mini stapler, my favorite scissors, tweezers, which I use for my rugs, pencil sharpener, and then I have these brushes that I use for cleaning my palettes. I really recommend using a brush or something. It helps a lot. Got some sticky notes, some masking fluid, my Beats Studio Buds. I really like these things. Connected to an AirTag because I'm really paranoid about losing them. And then I have my Apple mouse. Sometimes I do like to use this depending on what I'm doing because just the touch sensor on it works really well for editing videos and stuff sometimes. And then I just have a journal that I write down thoughts in. And then this is my 2023 business expenses. So this is where I keep all my receipts. I try and get most of my receipts as email, but sometimes it doesn't work out. That's it for this drawer. I love this drawer so much. And I'm also really happy about my gouache collection. I've really started growing it a lot more, and I've actually been painting a bit more, and it's been so fun. And then on my desk I have just this Swiss cheese plant. I forgot to point out that this thing here is my top-down tripod that I use for my desk stuff. It's really nice for filming, like me working in my sketchbook and painting and stuff. So that's what this is. And then this is just a desk light that I have, which is really helpful for painting because you can just move it down really easily and get it like super close. I have one of Lee's stickers on it. All right, let me try and show you what's on the light because I think it's pretty cute. So I have this little like puffball thing that I made and I didn't know what to do with, so I hung it off the light and now I just hang my claw clips on it. I have a little Nami figurine that my boyfriend gave me and a little Pochita figurine, a big Bud Press sticker, Jujutsu Kaisen keychain. I have one of my nephew's handprints that my sister sent me. Thought it was cute. I have this little rabbit charm that I got in LA in January. And this little rabbit sticker from Lee. All right, now we're on to the under the desk drawers. These things are really nice. Sometimes I keep my iPad here, just to kind of keep it out of the way, but handy. This is all acrylic paint for the most part. It's mostly golden paint, acrylic paint. That's my favorite kind of acrylic paint. They make really good stuff. I also have a few Winsor & Newton tubes. I've got some random stuff, like I have like textile medium in here. I've never used it. Big paintbrush. I've got some gesso and some gloss varnish, but mainly it's just paint. All right, second drawer, it says watercolor, clay, acrylic ink. Some of these are not super accurate, but we'll see. My watercolor palettes. We have my Stay Wet palette, some toilet paper that I use for painting sometimes when I need to clean something up. My Liquitex acrylic inks in here. I have 3 acrylic inks so far. I've been having a lot of fun with those. Yeah, there's not really clay stuff in here. And then I have a hand fan. I bought this for markets because when I do outdoor markets, it gets excruciatingly hot in Salt Lake City in the summer. So I bought this. But since it's spring, I've been using it to dry my paintings faster when I'm impatient. So I just go like this. And it has these like herons on it, so it's really pretty. All right, that's that drawer. Third drawer, backup pens and drawing paper. We have all of my paintbrushes. I buy really cheap paintbrushes for the most part, so I just have a lot. Backup pens, like it said. True, there's backup pens and erasers. And my Prismacolor colors that came in my pack that I just like don't really use, like the grays. And it came with so many. And then in the back, I just have some like random loose journals. Some of them are like bullet journals. I have one like landscape long sketchbook that I haven't used yet. So basically just like backup paper, stationery, whatever. I also have in here my scissor sharpener. I should probably keep this with my scissors. I'm gonna move it over there. You just go and it sharpens it. Number 4, we're on to branding. This is where I used to keep like business cards and like market stuff and like my Venmo QR codes and stuff. Just like random stuff. Right now I have some cash in here, just some loose cash, no big deal. I've got a birthday letter from my boyfriend. It has ceramics classes vouchers in it, so that's why it's in here. I've got like earring cards that need to be cut out, my price list for markets, just like different things for markets. I've got like these dots for prices. These are all price tags that I made at one point. It's kind of empty right now because I'm not preparing for any markets. Bits and bobs, tape, and tools. I have like a lot of clips that I use for markets, samples of every paper that Catprint uses, push pins, this 3M tape that I use for wrapping around scissors and stuff when you get hot spots. This stuff works really well. Multiple wrist braces because I get carpal tunnel. One of these guys. I don't really use it, but it's super useful to have, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. Glue sticks, that's pretty much it. Oh, and some pepper spray. Last drawer, extra electronics. This is the old laptop that I mentioned. I have my old iPod Touch in here. It's kind of like an electronics junk drawer, but like stuff that I still kind of want to keep track of. I'm on a step stool. All right, so the very top of my shelf is where my yarn starts. I like to do kind of a rainbow pattern So I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue up here, and then I have purples and neutrals on the bottom. Up here is where I have like in progress rugs. I kind of have a lot of in progress ones right now. I'm building up inventory for Thanex in the fall. There's a lot up here. I'll show you a couple of them. Cat rug. This one's really close. I just need to go through all the lines and like carve it and make it look nice. Pochita. I have a Kuromi that I'm working on. An Inosuke, froggy chair, straw hat Jolly Roger, and another straw hat Jolly Roger that's not done yet. So that's what's up here. I'm gonna put everything back now. All right, and then on the side, I have my art books. I have Save Me From Myself by Lazo. I have a little journaling book, which is called Start Where You Are. Your Head is a Houseboat by Campbell Walker. He's also a YouTuber. Old Timey Cats. It's all just like royalty-free old cat drawings, like illustrations. It's really fun. And then I have this book that I recently got from Half Price Books. It's called Drawing File for Architects, Illustrators, and Designers. I just found this at Half Price Books and I thought it looked really cool because it has like illustrations on every single page of people doing various activities, people in swimwear, people in tennis wear, people golfing, there's classic cars, there's sailboats, and then there's like buildings and stuff too. So it's just really cool. I thought it'd be a good drawing reference. And then I have 2 books from the Studio Ghibli library, The Art of Kiki's Delivery Service and The Art of Spirited Away. I love these books a lot. I'm not gonna take them out because I don't wanna fall off the step stool, but they're great books. If you're looking for some inspiration and you like Ghibli stuff, you might as well get one. Put it on your wish list. And then I have just a roll of paper. I use this as backdrops for when I take product photos sometimes. Also, I kind of just want to like unroll it and scribble on it, so I might use that soon. I just got this at Michael's recently. All right, that's everything for this shelf, and now we're gonna move down. All right, this shelf actually doesn't have a lot on it, but it has my One Piece figurines that my boyfriend got me when he was in Taiwan. So, got my boys. These are essential. My tufted purse that I made. I used to make more of these, but they're kind of a pain to make, but I love them, so this one's mine. My One Piece Ocean Bomb sodas. I have Nami and Zoro. And then there's this cute basket that I got from the thrift store for $1 last year. $1. And this is where I keep my sewing supplies. So I have like needles, elastic, a bunch of embroidery floss, my punch needles, and another wrist brace. And then we have this little blue basket, which holds my camera accessories. So I have like my mini tripod, and I've got like extra batteries and lens caps and stuff in here. It's just kind of a catch-all for when I'm filming. All right, and then I have this propagation, this pothos. It's doing really well. It has a lot of leaves, honestly. And it's in a Casamara Club bottle. This is a non-alcoholic, like club soda type thing. It's very good. I love this brand. So she just lives over here. All right, this is the next shelf. This is the shelf that's kind of at my level when I'm sitting at my desk. So I purposely kind of planned what would be on this shelf to be like the most functional. I have a tabletop easel down here that I use for painting sometimes. I really don't use it that often. I'd like to get a standing easel, but they're expensive. So for now, I'm just using this. I have 2 books of watercolor paper from Strathmore. They're the 11 by 15 inch ones. My artist life hack, if people like want to give you gifts for like Christmas or other holidays or whatever, your birthday, I just ask for paper. I just ask for like specific pads of paper like this. Both of these I got for Christmas. Or I ask for like my favorite sketchbook. Like artists feel really guilty about using paper, like if the drawing doesn't turn out, the painting doesn't turn out. But since I didn't buy the paper, it feels a little bit less harmful. And I'm like, the person who gave me the paper would want me to be using it. So brain hacks. And then I just have my big sketchbook that I got from Blick. It's kind of like my ugly sketchbook or whatever. But it's fun. And then I have my current sketchbook. This is like my little bit more serious sketchbook because it's mixed media paper. So I try to use this one when I'm using mixed media. And then if I'm just like drawing, I'll try and use this one. This is a Strathmore sketchbook. So I've got to start in it. So I keep my paper here so that if I'm just sitting at my desk, I'm looking over at my paper, maybe I'll want to draw. And then right next to my desk, I have my recent finished sketchbooks. I find that when I'm like lacking inspiration and like going on Pinterest and looking for photos is just like the worst, and you're just like in that spiral of not knowing what to draw, I think that looking back at your own drawings is like really cool. It can be a really good way to find inspiration that's like actually authentic to you, and you'll see how much you've grown as an artist since the last time you tried to draw the idea. Right behind it, I have my Prismacolor colored pencils. I saw like Furry Little Peach, I think, separate her colored pencils between warm and cool colors, and I really like that idea. Found both of these vases at thrift stores, or I got this one at an antique store. It's got little fruits on it. Primary color gouache set that I got as a gift that I haven't opened up yet. And then finally we have my thermal label printer. I bought the one from Rollo. This was like $200, I think, after tax and shipping. This was kind of my business gift to myself after I got all those orders in February, because before that, like during all of those like 250 orders, I used my printer to print out all of the labels and it nearly ended me. So I invested in this Rollo printer and I'm very happy about it. I've got some thermal paper from Eco Enclose where the back of it is recyclable. And then I also just have some thermal paper from Amazon. And here's a pro tip. You can get free thermal paper from UPS online. All you have to do is like start a free account with them and go through the steps, and they will mail you a box of thermal labels. There's YouTube videos about this, so just go look at those. I did this and I got like a box full of labels. They're sitting in my closet right now. So once I go through these, that's all I'm gonna be using. So thank you, UPS. So nice. This shelf is kind of boring. We have more thermal labels. This big roll is one of the ones that I got from UPS. And I got more than that too, so I got some like flat ones. And then this is where I have like current projects that I'm working on as far as like tufting. So I have like these coaster squares that I'm working on. I just have to like go and finish them up a little bit and like clean them up, but they're really close to being done. I made these out of my scrap yarn and I think they're actually like so nice. I love the colors. So yeah, I just have like coasters and stuff that I'm working on. I've got this frog. And then between here, I just have a bunch of colored paper that I got recently from Michaels. And this colored cardstock is what I use for taking like my product photos, like my stickers and stuff. I just leave it next to here because it's like my best bet for them not getting fucked up. And then over here is my Prismacolor bin. If you've gotten Prismacolor, you know that they come in these like tins. I didn't want to get rid of mine, and now I just put like orders in here that I finish. I just like, especially like envelope orders, I'll just throw them in here and then I'll take them downstairs to the mailbox all at the same time. And then I have a Lumpy Space Princess plushie. She just lives back here and protects your mail. And then hidden back here is where I have my laminator. I use this thing for making stuff for my art markets and also for making like my own stickers and stuff. This was like $15 or $20 on Amazon. I try not to laminate too much stuff just because I don't want to be wasteful with like the plastic and heat and everything. So bottom row right here is where I have purple yarn, and then we have like our neutrals. So we have like black, white, browns in the second one. And then on the floor is just one of the rugs that I've made, and I think it looks cute in front of it. All right, and then next to the shelving, I have a couple prints. I have this one from Lee Ellickson. I think this was like a freebie or something that she sent. I don't remember, or maybe it was patron mail. And then I have this patron postcard thing from Tabatai. I love it so much. It's so cute. And then on a push pin, I just have my little rulers. The space is like pretty dark from this angle, I apologize, but I feel like this is the best way to like see how big this frame is. It's like just a little bit taller than I am. So when I'm working on making the rugs, there's a big piece of fabric over this frame, and then I use the gun to punch into it. But then when I'm done making the rugs and I need some place to store them before I put them in my shop and sell them and send them off to their home, I just put them on here on this wall with push pins. They're all just hung up with push pins. And then my gun hangs out on this counterweight system. My boyfriend made all of his stuff. He made the frame and the counterweight system. He is an engineer, so he kind of knows how to do these things. Anyway, the counterweight is super nice because, like I've said before, I get some wrist pain. So this thing is like a few pounds, and just being able to like let go of it and not have to like set it down and lug it around with me is super nice. So I love this thing. And then over here, I just have my step stool because to get the yarn up on that shelf, I need the step stool. Down here, I have a small frame. When I have scraps of fabric that fit on this frame, I will just make smaller rugs on it to get through the scraps. And then I just have a collapsible bin here. It's just an extra one, but look at it. Whoa. I found it at the thrift store and I spray painted it white. All right, so lastly, I have this closet. I mean, it's a closet, it's really boring. I have a big shop vac back here, which is amazing for making rugs. And I have like some earrings and like market stuff. And then on this 3-tier thing, I have my hot glue gun and shavers for rug making, more shavers and hot glue guns and masks for rug making. And then on the top I have glue, oil for the machine, scissors, just all stuff for rug making once again. And that's basically everything that's in this closet. And then down here is a box full of UPS thermal labels. All right, there's one final spot that I use in my apartment for my business. Behind this big plant in my living room, there is this closet. And that's where I hide all my cardboard boxes. So yeah, that's my cardboard box closet. I'm gonna try and point out where I got things too. So this cabinet thing, I actually found my next door neighbor put it on the street for free, so I can't tell you where that is. This is an IKEA dupe, but I got it from Amazon. And then this drawer thing I think is from IKEA. Chairs from IKEA. Tables from FlexiSpot, you can see that in depth in my last video. This pink structure I got from Wayfair. And then my boyfriend and I, mainly my boyfriend, made my tufting frame. This guy. And he made the counterweight as well.